Hey guys, and welcome to our channel, Living in Pensacola. I am coming at you from Graffiti Bridge in Pensacola, Florida today, and we're gonna talk about the things that make Pensacola an amazing place to live. Whether you travel here, you're thinking about traveling here, or maybe you're thinking about moving here, or you're even a resident currently, you're gonna find this video is gonna be all about what makes Pensacola special, including places like this. So like I said, I'm Jamie Walker, and I'm joined here by my father and cameraman, Phil Baker. We live here in Pensacola, Florida, and today I'm going to be sharing an exciting video with you all about the Pensacola area. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for supporting us. If you're not, why the heck not? If you want to see more content like this, definitely hit that subscribe button and share this video if you find it interesting or important. And if you learned something today, go ahead and hit that like button, and let's get right into the video. This is our first video in our Pensacola Living series, and we're going to explore why Pensacola isn't just a great place to visit, but an amazing place to call home. Pensacola is an amazing place for those looking for a slower pace of life, and definitely for those of you looking for some incredible outdoor recreation opportunities. First though, before we get into that, we're going to talk a little bit of history, because I think in order to understand how a city has become what it is today, it's important to understand how we got here. Now, if we're going to talk about Pensacola history, we have to go pretty far back, all the way to when Native Americans actually roamed this land. And some of the more well-known names that you may have heard of are the Muskogee tribe, the Creek tribe. There was also the Pensacola tribe, and nearby the Chumuckla Indians as well. So there was a lot of heritage here that is well respected, and there's a lot of actual heritage sites in the area, one of which is right down the street from my house, and we'd love to go visit there. It's beautiful, it's right on the water. So as you will see, the Pensacola area is very rich in history. Now, something really cool that I was happy to learn about, and not a lot of people actually know, I think, is that Pensacola is actually the first settlement in the United States, not St. Augustine, like they claim, have for years. But a few years ago, I want to say it was 2016, 2017, some local archaeologists from UD actually found some Spanish pottery that dated back to the 1560s, 1580s, somewhere in there. So it proved that Pensacola is, in fact, the oldest and first Spanish settlement in the United States, and the first settlement, period. Pensacola has also been nicknamed the City of Five Flags because at different points in history, it has been settled by the Spanish, the British, the French, the Confederate States of America, and then the United States of America. And this rich colonial history has played a huge part on the cultural and architectural influence in this area. And you can see that as you drive through the streets. Pensacola also has a rich naval aviation history because we are the home of Pensacola Naval Air Station, which was actually the first naval air station constructed in 1914, and ever since has been known as the cradle of aviation. Now, some sightseeing places you may have heard of here before: the Pensacola Lighthouse and both the Pensacola Naval Aviation Museum are located on base. Those are always a fun place to take the family or friends. And we're also the home of the infamous Blue Angels, which I will talk about here in just a little bit. Now, I think it goes without saying that one of the biggest draws to the Pensacola area has got to be the beaches, hands down. I mean, that's why people move here, right? You've got Pensacola Beach, Perdido Key, Gulf Breeze, other amazing beaches in the area. We have those sugar white sands that you literally don't find anywhere else, turquoise blue water, and honestly, they're some of the best beaches in the world. Because of its position geographically here along the Gulf Coast, it affords for some amazing sunsets and incredible outdoor recreation, which I know I've covered in other videos. But again, you've got things like hunting, fishing, boating, tubing. And if you don't know what that is, you definitely need to learn that and do that as soon as possible. But we'll get more into that again in just a minute. Okay, I know that was a lot of history. Thank you for sticking with me. I'm kind of a history nerd, if that hasn't been obvious so far. And again, I really just think it's important to understand how we got here. I think it helps you appreciate the area more. And I don't know, again, I'm just a history nerd. What can I say? One thing that people love right now about living in the Pensacola area is the affordable cost of living. Believe it or not, compared to other cities and other areas with similar amenities like we have, like the rich history here, the beautiful beaches, all the opportunities for outdoor recreation and the diverse housing options, your money is going to go a lot further here than it would in some other places. Like I just mentioned, Pensacola really has diverse options when it comes to housing. You have everything from beach houses to downtown bungalows to luxury apartments and condos, and even family-friendly neighborhoods and more rural areas. I think I said it right that time. Can anyone say that right, like ever? But yeah, you've got a little bit of everything. There's something for families and of all shapes and sizes, really. You're sure to find something that fits your lifestyle here in the Pensacola area. Now, the Pensacola city limits themselves are actually a relatively small area, but the greater metropolitan Pensacola area itself is quite large at about 40 square miles, 40.7 to be exact. And as of the 2020 census, there's just over 500,000 people in the Pensacola area. In addition to the diverse amount of housing options you'll find here in the Pensacola area, you'll also find a lot of great schools, both public and private, and opportunities for higher learning like the University of West Florida and Pensacola State College. Now, enough about all that boring stuff. What is there to actually do in the Pensacola area besides the beaches and outdoor recreation, of course? And that's a really great question because Pensacola actually has a ton of events every year. It's a great place to always find something to do pretty much every month out of the year. Now, in order to talk about the kind of events that you can experience here in the Pensacola area, we have to talk about the weather. Now, we do experience all 4 seasons here, albeit we have a pretty long summer. So you can enjoy outdoor activities for much longer than you can in some other areas of the country. But we also have pretty mild winters. You do get a little bit chilly in the wintertime, but generally it's a great place for outdoor activities, for gardening, and all kinds of things outside. So obviously this extended summer season, which runs from about April till October, really, if you want to stretch it, gives us tons of opportunities for things like hunting, boating, fishing, hiking, tubing, canoeing, paddleboarding, you name it. There is so much outdoor recreation to be had here. It's really paradise. And again, if you are a history nerd like myself, there's lots of opportunities to explore, like Fort Pickens down on the beach, which is a really cool kind of spooky place to hang out for the day, take some pictures, see the sights. And then you have the Pensacola Historic Village down here, which is a preserved village where they do tours. We also have ghost tours down here, and you have like Seville Quarter, which is a really neat place with some rich history, that's for sure. Now, you'll find in recent years that Pensacola has pretty quickly become a culinary destination. Now, we've always had amazing seafood. I mean, duh, we're on the Gulf Coast, right? It's literally right there. So there's no denying that there's always great opportunities for that. But in recent years, we've really seen a lot of unique culinary options kind of happening in the downtown area, the beach area, kind of all over Pensacola. And there's also been a rise in food trucks available as well. And there's some well-known ones that are here downtown and also travel about the Pensacola area. You can follow their Facebook pages. It's kind of cool to follow them around. Some of them really have quite a cult following. Now, there's some huge events that happen here throughout the year and annually that you have to mention in a video like this. one of which is Mardi Gras. We have a huge Mardi Gras celebration here every year. It really takes up an entire month's time. We also have huge events that have been happening for years, like Pensacon. You also have the Pensacola Seafood Festival and the Pensacola Beach Air Show starring our famous Blue Angels. Pensacola is actually very centrally located here in the southeast and just a short drive from many popular weekend destinations as well as some major city hubs. Interstate 10 actually runs right through the Panhandle, so you'll find that pretty much everything is either north or south of I-10, and because of that, your travel commute for work or whatever is going to be nothing compared to big city hustle and bustle. Now, Pensacola is just a short 1-hour drive from Mobile, Alabama, about 2.5 hours from our state's capital, Tallahassee, Florida, and about 1.5 to 2 hours from Destin, Florida, which is a well-known travel destination for many. Now, Pensacola is about 4 hours south of Birmingham, and it's about a 3-hour drive to New Orleans, to our west, and to Atlanta. It's about 5 or 6 hours, but the saddest one of all is the 8-hour drive to Disney World. So as you can see, there's so many reasons to call Pensacola home, from the slow pace of life to the low crime rate to the beautiful white sand beaches. I mean, what's not to love? Now, this is just the first video of our Pensacola Living series. So if you learned something today, be sure to hit that like button, share with someone you know that likes to travel here or thinking about moving here, and definitely hit subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Now, if you are thinking about moving here, we would love to chat with you. You can use the link in the description box below to schedule a Zoom with us. You can email, you can text, whatever is easier for you. We would love to chat with you, and we'll see you in the next video.